My name is Stefano Gridelli, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of NetBeez. It has been a few months since we last presented to the delegates of Networking Field Day 26, but many years actually from our first appearance at the Networking Field Day 9 event in 2015. That's when we launched NetBeez. And really since then, many things have changed, both at NetBeez and in the world where we live in. One thing that has drastically changed is the enterprise network. Driven by the work from anywhere shift, no one could have predicted that so many employees would have been able to work from home or anywhere there is an internet connection. But this is really the new reality, and organizations of different size, industries, and geographies are adjusting their policy also to be more competitive when hiring new talent in this very competitive market, especially now. But we see that this is definitely coming at a cost. Remote work is impacting network and infrastructure operation teams, which have to do more with the same amount of resources and personnel. Nevertheless, support costs are increasing, and generally large organizations are the first one to realize that. The truth is that many organizations were not prepared for this sudden shift and are still relying on outdated tools and guidelines that were developed when most employees were working in the office and the application were hosted in the company's data centers. Today, reality, as you know, is different and rapidly changing. Employees now are working at least 2 days from home and consuming more applications hosted on public clouds or hosted by third parties such as SaaS. And the internet is really the backbone of our digital life, digital experience, and has replaced and is slowly replacing the traditional wide area network. So as a result, the all support model that rely on managed network environment is now being disrupted by a hybrid environment that includes a mix of managed and third-party devices and networks. So this is really rendering insufficient legacy monitoring tools, and as a result, IT is driving blind. So as network engineers, when we founded NetBeez in 2013, we wanted to build a network performance monitoring solution to really help other network engineers to cut down troubleshooting time in large and distributed enterprise networks. Today, we see that IT operations have to support a much more distributed workforce, and this is driving ticket escalation to higher support levels. So our mission is really to empower the help desk to quickly address end user experience issues that work from home and in-office users are experiencing, reducing the need for skilled network engineers to troubleshoot and find the root causes. So how do we do that? So first of all, NetBeez supports any network environment to provide a true end-to-end performance metrics thanks to different deployment options. For work from home users, you can install Windows and Mac endpoints. For public cloud providers, we provide AWS images, but also Docker container if you want to install it on Azure, Google Cloud, or other providers. And then for on-prem, you're probably familiar with the solution. We can deploy hardware sensor if you want to monitor the Wi-Fi, for example, or you can deploy Linux-based software packages or also virtual appliances. So once deployed, the solution collects complete network performance metrics that enable IT operation teams to accelerate finding the root cause of end user experience issues. Whether the server is installed on-prem or in the cloud, NetBeez installation is truly plug and play. The agents automatically report to the dashboard with minimal pre-configuration, and then out-of-the-box integration make it easy to connect NetBeez with log aggregators such as Splunk, as well as third-party notification system such as PagerDuty and Slack, and more to come. So what's new at NetBeez? What I've been working on? Since really 2021, you see that our product roadmap is much more focused on the remote worker network monitoring solution. At Networking Field Day 24, we demoed 3 key features that capture the remote end user experience: Wi-Fi metrics on user endpoints, jitter and MOS estimate that help identify network performance issues that can impact video conferencing services such as Zoom or Microsoft Teams, and then finally path analysis, which provides topology discovery of highly distributed and redundant networks such as the internet. The traditional trace route doesn't cut it because of the complexity and ECMP type of networks that remote users are going across. So then at Networking Field Day, we demo two other important features for work from home users: PC performance to verify whether CPU, RAM, and disk utilizations are slowing down remote users, and ISP tagging and grouping, which is a way to really identify ISP issues that can impact the distributed workforce. So here on Networking Field Day, we come with the three new features: VPN monitoring logic, which is a way to really test connectivity and performance of VPN client users. As you know, many remote users now use a VPN to securely access on-prem applications. And second, we also provided the Scheduled Test Explorer. So scheduled tests are, for example, network speed tests that assess download and upload speed for a remote internet user. As you know, ISP performance is a key factor for remote end user experience. So with this new visualization, it makes it easier for large organizations that have thousands of remote users to really identify users that don't meet the download and upload speed SLAs. Very important. So we really want to, as I keep saying, really enable the level 1 to do more without the need for a network engineer. And last is the gateway testing. The gateway testing is a way to verify that your performance at the home with your LAN or WLAN, whether you're connected with an Ethernet or with the wireless, is good. And if there are problems, you get alerted about that. So what's coming up next from us? Well, when we think about the product, in our roadmap, we really see like 4 main buckets of feature requests and improvements that we're always looking to bring. UX improvements, of course, those cover the dashboard, the visualization that we provide. We have a lot of data, and we realize that we always do have to improve the way we present this data to user, especially now that the usage of NetBeez is shifting more from network engineers to help desk. Generally, they're not very skilled as a network engineer, so you want to like make the dashboard and the data accessible so they can really understand what is the root cause and address the remote end user issue. Integrations are also an important part of our product roadmap. As I was saying, NetBeez works with the medium and large size companies, and we're not the only network monitoring tool. This organization have many other performance management tools, as I was saying, log aggregations, ticketing system, and so on. So it's very important to have out-of-the-box integration to make it easy and simpler to really integrate NetBeez within the enterprise ecosystem. New functionalities, here's where you find a new measurement, new tests. We gotta say we're pretty complete on this side. Of course, there are some improvement that we want to add, and we have included in our roadmap. But really, the priority is definitely more on the UX improvement integration lately. And then, of course, backend improvements. Because our solution can be deployed on-prem or cloud, especially for large customers that have thousands of remote users and want to keep all the data on-prem because they don't like to see the data going to the cloud, we still have to provide the same scalability as a cloud-native architecture. So we continue making our backend very scalable, adaptable, and to support very large customers. So that's very important. You'll see the backend continue evolving and improving. But overall, NetBeez is really now focused on prioritizing features that enable the help desk to offer the same support, the same level of services as network engineers. And this is the best way that us, our team, can provide value to our customers.
Back on your slide where you were showing the different deployment options for, say, Docker or in an agent or on a laptop. Yeah. Is an iPad an option?
At the moment, no. We only support macOS, Windows, so we don't support iOS at the moment.
Okay. Is there any plan to?
There is actually. It's a good question because we understand actually more, remote user, but also like healthcare clinician, but also fulfillment personnel. They have mostly iPads, so definitely is in our roadmap. Yeah.
I just definitely wanted to say, like that, just to make the comment, like, especially getting to me, guys, Network Field A26, to see where it's come from the version. I remember they had touched base on kind of gradually more troubleshooting, like a lot of the VPN issues. So from where it's at, it's astounding, especially too, because a lot of my customers in the last place I was at actually started beta testing with NetBeez, because showing them that tool and how it could really impact and give you that kind of benefit from the work from home. I mean, a lot of the common issues we had seen, right? Like my role at the time in that position was kind of jack of all trades, master of none. So it's like, well, my Zoom call is dropping. Well, now we're looking for the needle in the haystack. So, I mean, what does that mean? So NetBeez definitely helped me out a lot. So I definitely wanted to say, great job on the product improvements. It looks awesome.